Pakistan's status of being a hub of terrorists is not an exaggeration, but it is a fact which is validated by the United Nations Sanctions Committee 1267. ISIL and Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee list that features the names of proscribed terrorists and terror groups of the world states that Pakistan has most citizens and entities in the proscription list that makes it a country with third highest number of terrorists in UN proscribed list. Here's a report.
With the United Nations Security Council designating Jaish-e-Mohammad chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist, the number of Pakistani citizens in the UNSC's proscribed list has gone up to 146. According to United Nations Security Council's updated index of proscribed terrorists, Pakistan has most citizens and entities after Iraq and Afghanistan in the ISIL and Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee list. This revelation makes Pakistan one of the most unsafe countries of the world, as many of its citizens and entities are involved in terror activities. Pakistan, which saw its birth after partition from India in 1947, is nowhere close to India when it comes to development index. Rather, the country has only become infamous for breeding terrorism in the subcontinent. Years after independence, Pakistan is only seeing rise in terrorism, whereas India has secured its place among one of the fastest growing economies of the world.
Pakistan, was created in the name of Islam, in the name of religion, and basically it's ideology based on hatred against India, against a particular community in India, the majority community, Hindus. The Muslim cannot live with other community, a separate nation. So they did not form a modern nation state, and they were acting in the interest of a small group, which has basically captured power based in Punjab province of Pakistan, who were part of the army as well as political establishment. So the pattern of development was very different between the two countries.
Several Pakistani nationals have got their names featured in the 1267 UN Sanctions Committee list. Top names from them include 2611 mastermind Hafiz Saeed, Zakir Rahman Lakhvi of Lashkar-e-Taiba and the Haqqanis. Masood Azhar is the latest name added in the list. Dawood Ibrahim, an accused in the 1993 Mumbai blast, is also named in the list with details of his Pakistani passport. The list also mentions locations of terror entities based in Pakistan, operated from there or had links to Pakistani individuals. Moreover, it contains names of over 850 individuals or entities designated as global terrorists and come under travel ban, assets freeze and arms embargo as per the UN resolution.
There are a number of groups in Taliban which are sometimes fighting among themselves also. So similarly, we see these groups comes and sometimes, they disappear and start operating with different names. But Lashkar-e-Taiba, Jaish-e-Mohammad, and there are many others, which are permanent feature, continue to operate from Pakistan. And then they themselves have different sub-organizations they have developed, built up, In their name they would conduct operations.
Pakistan has tried to distance itself from the terrorist groups and individuals and has claimed itself to be the victim of terrorism. However, the UN list specifically highlights the names of terrorists who live in Pakistan, used Pakistani soil for their operations, or collaborated with terrorist groups operating in Pakistan. Hence, Pakistan is indeed a victim of self-proliferated terrorism.
Pakistan is trying to become a victim, trying to show that as if it is a victim of militancy or terrorism. But the truth, this is not a truth. Most of the countries in the world have recognized that Pakistan is the epicenter of terrorism, and militancy has spread from Pakistan to all over the world. Most of the militant leaders, whether they belong to Boko Haram or Al-Qaeda or Taliban, they were trained and funded by Pakistan.
After getting exposed repeatedly for its role in terrorism, Pakistan today stands at the cusp of being declared a terror state. FATF, an international watchdog, has already put it in the grey list. Owing to terror mongering, the United States has denied it the assistance it would provide until last year. With growing interior instability and increasing isolation from outside, the day is not far when Pakistan will be a global liability if the terror factories are not shut down immediately.